We will begin this experiment by calibrating a pH meter using two buffer solutions. A buffer is a solution that resists change in pH when an acid or base is added to it. It is a mixture of a weak acid with its conjugate base, or vice versa. Therefore, a buffer works by reacting with an added acid or base to control pH. For this part of the procedure, you will need a pH meter and probe, a beaker with distilled water, a beaker with buffer of pH 7, and a beaker with buffer of pH 4. Begin by connecting the pH probe to the pH meter. At this point, the pH probe should already be uncapped and the electrode should be resting in a beaker of distilled water. Turn on the pH meter. Use the stylus of the pH meter to select File, New, Sensors, Calibrate, CH1 pH, Calibrate Now. The buffers of this experiment have known pH of 7 and 4. Now you need to calibrate the pH meter using buffer solutions. Begin by removing the pH probe from the beaker of distilled water and rinse it with distilled water. Place it in the buffer solution of known pH 7. Wait for the voltage to stabilize. Enter 7.0 and select Keep. Remove the probe from the pH 7 buffer and rinse with distilled water again. Place in buffer solution of known pH 4. Wait for the voltage to stabilize. Enter 4.0 and select Keep. Remove the probe from the pH 4 buffer and rinse with distilled water. Place the probe in the beaker of distilled water and keep it there until you are ready to use it again. Select OK. In the next part of the experiment, we will test different acid and base solutions to determine their pH. Strong acids and bases fully dissociate when water is added to solution. Weak acids and bases do not. An acid's Ka value is determined based on its strength, so a larger Ka value will correspond to a stronger acid because a stronger acid produces more hydronium ions when water is added. You will now test 3 solutions of unknown pH. They are apple juice, ammonia, and orange juice. Begin by removing the probe from the beaker of distilled water and rinsing it with distilled water. Place the probe in the first unknown, ammonia. Wait for the pH meter to stabilize and record the pH. Here the pH is 11.3. Rinse off the pH probe and place it in the second unknown, apple juice. Again, wait for the meter to stabilize and record the pH. Here it is 3.45. Once more, rinse off the probe and place it in the third unknown, orange juice. Wait for the pH meter to stabilize and record pH. Here it is 3.85. Your data table should look something like this. Now it's time for cleanup. Rinse out all of the beakers with soap and water. Disconnect the probe from the pH meter and rinse it with distilled water before securing the cap on tightly. Wrap up the cord. Place the pH probe and meter in their correct storage spaces.